I want to tell you the story today of Gideon, but I don't want to skip to the end of the story, no, because I think there's a lot of power along the journey. Just like in your life, there's a lot of power along the journey when God is working things out for his good. So Gideon is actually considered the weakest in his tribe by his own words in Manasseh. And if you know the story, Israel is in captivity at this point. They've been called, they've been brought out of captivity, but yet they've not obeyed God and they've been put back in. And I think someone needs to hear this today, that sometimes you can be called, but still in captivity, and God needs to work that out in your life. So Gideon is in a wine press threshing wheat. He's actually in hiding because the enemy has been coming in and stealing all of their food. And he's met with an angel of the Lord, and the angel of the Lord comes before him, and Gideon finds himself actually testing this angel, which is absolutely crazy. At a moment's notice, he realized that it is an angel of the Lord, and the angel asks him to build up an altar, tear down the altar that was set up for Baal in this moment, and rebuild it, a proper one for the Lord. And so Gideon actually does that. He takes the same wood that built up the altar for Baal, tears it down, and builds up a proper one for the Lord. And sometimes in our lives, God is asking us to tear things down and actually build them up, something that's proper for his good, for his glory. And sometimes he's going to use the same things, the same scars that we walk through, the same culture identities that we've been in. He's going to tear those down, but we're going to rebuild them up in a way that honors him. So as soon as Gideon had torn down this altar, the town was actually quite upset because they wanted to keep worshiping Baal. And so they were looking for him. In fact, they said that he should be put to death. Well, Gideon's father comes and says, well, if Baal is truly the God that you say that he is, then let Baal contend with him. And the entire town relabels Gideon Jerub-Baal, which simply means Baal will contend with him. Now, this is really fascinating because they have a perspective of a powerless God, and they have relabeled Gideon with that powerless God. But Gideon was actually being faithful to the one powerful God. I want to encourage you today, sometimes in this life, people are going to label you by their perspective of powerless things. But you have a heavenly perspective. You have a powerful perspective in our God. And Gideon actually is called Jerub-Baal all the way up until the point that the enemy camps realize that he is actually going to have victory in the battle. And as soon as they realize that he's going to have victory, they called him not Jerub-Baal, but Gideon. God is a God of redemption. No matter what your story is, no matter what you've been labeled, if you keep your perspective on heaven, if you stay true to his ways and stay faithful to what he's called you to do, he will redeem you.